was swell, Werner. Thank you indeed, Werner Jensen. Clang, clang, clang. What is this sound I hear? The redwood nose is coming, its headlights drawing near. We love this jolly bumpkin for laughter that he yields. We greet with gladsome welcome our W.C. Fields. Well, Bill, how did you like my clang, clang, clang?
Don't even mention that. That's a bait one of me. It means black bear, Don.
All right, Bill. Amici shall not clang tonight. Anyway, we're all one big happy family, aren't we?
I guess we are. I don't know. It isn't so happy, Don, when you analyze it.
Why, you thinking about Charlie again this week, Bill?
Oh, not particularly Charlie, everybody. The musical highlight on the program has been airing disparaging opinions about me.
You mean Werner Jensen?
I don't mean Ann Harding. I heard Warner telling Mary Bogle the other day, Werner Jackson.
It's Werner Jansen and Mary Boland.
Okay, everybody knows that. I heard him telling her that he didn't think I had a very pretty voice. And I killed a song last Sunday.
Oh, now, Bill, Werner wouldn't say anything like that.
Yeah, well, he said I had a voice that sounded as though I was yodeling from the inside of a whiskey barrel out through the bunghole.
A bunghole baritone, huh?
Now, listen, Don, do I look like a man that was addicted to alcoholic stimulants?
Why, not at all. Not at all, Bill.
Oh, that's funny. I thought I did.
All right, then you do.
Don, I was just thinking about the time when I was a young man.
Oh, reminiscing, huh?
Yeah. Another thief and myself, another little chum and myself. Wonderful little chap, nice family, too. He lived with his grandmother over a saloon. Did she used to get blotto? What a gin hound.
His grandmother? Well, what happened, Bill?
Well, don't be impatient, please, Don.
Okay.
We went out one night for a stroll, when all of a sudden, to our great dismay and astonishment, my friend tripped over a basin down in the cellar and made a terrific racket.
What cellar?
Oh, yeah, I forgot to tell you about it. We casually wandered into a stranger's cellar.
Well, who was the stranger?
If I'd have known who it was, he wouldn't have been a stranger, would he? Well, the man went down that owned the place. He heard the noise. He lit a candle.
A candle in a house?
Yeah, that was the early days, Don. It wasn't until 10 years later that Edison invented the electric light. Bell came in with the telephone. Fulton quickly followed with a steamboat. Automobiles began to run up and down the street. Docile Dobbin hung his head. He knew his day had gone. The days of the runaway horse were over. Automobiles were killing people instead.
Yeah, progress is remarkable, isn't it, Bill?
Pajamas came to take the place of the long woolen nightshirt, and the double-toed sock was still in the office.
Yeah, Bill, I know. But,
the rubber tire had taken the place of the dog.
The rubber tire had taken the place of the dog?
Yeah, man found a piece of rubber tire in his sausage. We knew then that prosperity was just around the corner. The patent mousetrap.
Bill, look. Now, Bill, you were down in the stranger's cellar. Do you remember?
Oh, yes, thanks, Don. Yeah. I'm glad you reminded me. The man reached for a can of prune whip. He wound up, and he let fly. The can hit me plumb on the bupkey.
The bupkey?
Yeah, the fight was on. Fight, fist to fly. See the gash right o'er my eye. The blood is gushing.
Gushing?
Yeah, gushing. Get a bag. Buy your coffee in a bag. I should have said rag. Go ahead. Say, Don, do you think that's why Chase and Sanborn put their coffee in bags, and in case of a fight like this, nobody gets hurt?
Well, that might be. I never gave it a thought.
Oh, Donald, how are you? I'm so glad we're all here together. So I can say this to all of us, for after all, I always say that we must all hang together.
Let me out of this.
Yeah, well. Now, but if we don't, Phil, we might none of us hang at all. Don't you think so?
Yes, of course, Miss Boland. Bill, you know Mary, don't you?
Oh, yes, I know Mary. Hi, Mary. Hi. That's Mary Bergen, isn't it? Is she a relative, Charlie Bergen?
Oh, Bill, it isn't Mary Bergen. It's Mary Boland. Charlie Bergen and Edgar, Charlie... Edgar...
Yeah, so it is.
Yeah.
That's fine. How are you, Mary?
Oh, I'm just wonderful, Willie, just wonderful. And now I want to prepare you for a little surprise, a simply scrumptious surprise.
Nothing surprises me. Go ahead.
I found you a new companion. He's so anxious to meet you and shake you by the nose.
Here it comes.
Oh, dear, how silly of me, how silly of me. Of course, I meant by the hand, Bill.
Yeah, the nose might be safer.
He's a chiropractor, and he wants to be your bosom friend. As Kipling always put it, the day is lost. That day without... Just a minute, I'm sorry. That day without a newfound friend. A newfound... Say hello to Willie, Charlie.
Hello, Mr. Fields.
Hello, piece of grade B lumber.
Oh, dear, isn't Uncle Billy cute, Charlie? He always says the funniest things, and he's so distinguished. He has the most distinguished nose I ever saw.
Boy, she's asking for it.
You better keep his nose out of this, Miss Boland.
Yeah, keep my nose out of it and yours, too.
I think friendship is such a wonderful thing. It makes people so friendly. Don't you think so, Willie?
Who cares?
Now, really, really, you are not yourself tonight. I don't know who you are, but you're not yourself. Do you feel well? Charlie, ask Willie how he feels.
I should know better, but here it goes. How do you feel, Mr. Fields?
I feel all right. You want to make anything out of it? You ever see a kid like that? He always wants to pick a fight. I'll saw his arm off.
Now, don't you worry, Charlie. I'll straighten this thing out.
Personally, I doubt it.
Oh, I've seen it happen so many times before. Some of the best friendships start with hatred.
Yeah, get worse.
I certainly had a good start.
Willie, I know in my heart of hearts that Charlie really and truly loves you.
Now, wait a minute. This has gone far enough. You're not going to start that again.
Now, Willie, that's really being very rude. I've tried to be the little spider that weaves the web of friendship, but no matter how nicely you insult people, I don't seem to understand it. No. I'm leaving. Come with me, Charlie. Come.
That makes it perfect. I'm glad to get rid of that kettle of fish.
Oh, now, look, calm down, Bill. Why don't you just forget all about Charlie?
I can't. There's a lot of elephant in me.
Oh, Bill. Look, haven't you found that story about an elephant never forgets to be a complete fallacy?
1,001 no's. On the contrary, now down at Paramount.
But, Bill, now, I thought we understood each other. You were not to mention anybody's name.
Oh, all right, Don. Down where I work, you know what I mean. No sense in mentioning the name. Everybody knows it. Paramount.
Please, now, Bill, don't even whisper it.
Oh?
No.
Well, down there where we're making a picture about 20 years ago.
Well, I didn't know you were in pictures 20 years ago.
Oh, yeah. In those days, I was known as Little Baby W.C. I was a bit chubby, but strong.
What do you mean?
Dismiss it. We were shooting a circus scene in the picture. We had a whole herd of elephants. I came upon one monstrous beast, wreathing in pain and trumpeting.
Bill.
Was I off key?
Yeah, slightly, but go on.
I perceived the great mammoth to run a carpet cat into a ponderous paw.
You mean foot.
I often wondered what they call it. And being an ardent lover of animals, I extricated the cat from Mousie's paw. That was her name, Mousie.
Oh, well, say, that was kind of you.
Yeah, well, 20 years later, we were still making retakes for the same picture. 3 directors had died of old age. 1 died of ennui. And scurvy began to show its ugly head. The old spirit of Rook thy neighbor, the old spirit of Carry On was still with us.
Now, look, Bill, getting back to the elephant.
Oh, yes. Well, the elephant looked up at me. She recognized me. Her face lit up in it like a church. Can you imagine a great pachyderm's face lit up? What radiance! The entire scene was bathed in effulgent light.
Say, that's very poetic, but what happened?
Ah, yes, the elephant never forgets. She lifted her proboscis.
Her what?
Her trunk. Pardon me if I get too literary. The elephant entwined the great trunk around my fragile body. I was fragile in those days. Tipped the beam at 120 in the raw.
Say, it's pretty light for you, Bill.
I used to be a reindeer jockey.
A reindeer jockey?
Never mind, I was fragile through worry. A dear old aunt of mine, whom I'd never seen, died in Bulgaria.
In Bulgaria?
Drinking buttermilk. During the Indian uprising.
Oh, now look, go on, Bill, please.
Ah,
What
yes.
did the elephant do?
That's right, yes. We were in a circus. The
Yeah.
elephant lifted me out of what she thought was the 10-cent seats and deposited me in what she believed to be the dollar seats.
Well, that's an excellent way of repaying her debt of gratitude.
Oh, yes, I have dedicated the following verse to the elephant. Pachyderm, pachyderm, blow thy trumpet. Drink this bucket of tea and crumpet.
Say, Bill, I'm surprised that you don't make a life work out of this beautiful poetry you write.
Ah, yes, read my book.
Your book?
Yes, a cherry little volume entitled Epitaphs on Tombstones, or Fun in the Cemetery. Don't miss it if you can. May I give you a few samples?
No, don't bother, Bill.
Here is Epitaph, page 197.
Bill.
I loved my mother. I hated to leave her.
Bill.
But what could you do with scarlet fever?
Thank you, Bill. Thank you.
Another on page 106.
That's fine, Bill.
Here
Thanks.
lies the mother of 28.
Thank you, Bill.
There might have been more. but
Goodbye,
now
Bill.
it's too
Goodbye.
late.
Thank you, Bill. Thanks. Thanks a lot. Thank
Referring
you.
back to page 4.
Thank
volume
you.
17.
Goodbye, Bill.
Here
Goodbye.
lies the remains of Martin
Goodbye,
O'Toole.
Bill. Goodbye.
Bound to further to tickle
Thank
the
you.
old.
Thank you very much, W.C. Fields. I'll always remember working with lovely Sonja Henie in the 20th Century Fox picture, One in a Million.